welcome to the first DC figure showcase. With this showcase, I'm going to be showcasing my Batman and my Joker minifigures. I will admit, my first custom minifigure showcase on the channel went a lot longer than I meant to, so I'm going to try to keep these a lot shorter. So, starting off with the Joker. I've been looking for a long time to find the perfect Joker concept for me to work with. And I think I finally found him. After 4 years of looking, I finally found the right Joker. So, the hairpiece that I used here is a Sleepy Boy hairpiece. It was originally black, and I dry brushed green on it to give it a dirtier look. This head was just a regular Joker head, but then I went over it in different paints, adding in more detail, making the area around the eyes a bit more dominant, and giving him the huge Joker scars on the sides, making him have longer eyebrows, crinkles in the eyebrow area, and all of that. Then I made him a custom torso. This is an orange vest that I painted on there. And then that is a dirty yellow bow tie. And what's actually very interesting about this figure is that the torso, if I just left it alone, could almost be the Joaquin Phoenix Joker. There. So I was making my own Joker, you know, doing the stuff, and I made this torso, and after really looking at it for a while, it kind of does look like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. So I found that to be a little ironic. Just to get these two out of the way, this is just a knife that I painted some silver onto. Same thing with this automatic gun. I just dry brushed some silver on it, nothing too spectacular. I did the torso and everything, and then I did something. It looks good, but if you ask every single customizer that has ever done this, they will tell you that they hate to do it, because it is so time-consuming and tedious work to do. Pinstripes. Everybody hates pinstripes, which I did on the Joker's legs right here. All the way around on every single leg. If you ask any customizer, they will tell you that they hate this, because it is true. We all hate pinstripes. Everybody hates doing pinstripes, because they're so difficult to do. But when you do them, they look really good, and you feel very proud of yourself. And I'm in that group. I do not like pinstripes. I like how they look, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't like doing pinstripes. And actually, I've made a few custom Jokers over the years. This is the first one that I've actually showed on YouTube. But when I originally pulled these legs, they were actually covered with pinstripes originally. So I had to get rid of all those pinstripes. And while I was getting rid of those pinstripes, I also discovered faded pinstripes, which means that I did 3 or 4 different versions of pinstripes on these one pair of pants. So that's a little interesting. And then I painted his iconic shoes that he wears, the white and black. I forgot what kind of shoe it is. If I remember, I'll probably just post it in the comments or something. I don't think I'm going to remember it, but that's fine. Then, moving on to something that this Joker has that not a lot of actual Jokers have, that is a trench coat. Everybody loves putting on trench coats on the Joker, so I decided to do mine. I'd used the same technique that I used for Darth Vader's cloth elements. I did the same thing with the Joker. I painted this all up. It was originally white fabric, and then I mixed in a custom purple paint from different paints. I mixed all that together, and I really like this color. I don't know what I would call it. I guess it's like a dark sand purple, if you're really gonna call it a color. This main purple, it's interesting, to say the least. And then this purple around it, it's like a light purple. I don't know what you would call that color, to be perfectly honest. But I did paint it on the arms here and as the gloves. There's not much on the back. If I took it off, it would just be a waste of your time. But that's really it for the Joker. I mean, these are like the Lego Batman movie pants, the chain that I put the pinstripes on. But I mean, besides that, there's really nothing else to say about this figure. I mean, he was really just easy. More of a concept, if anything. It was very easy compared to everything else. Especially since I didn't need to sculpt anything. I just made custom cloth elements, which did take a while to dry, but in the grand scheme of things, it is not that difficult. So yeah, that's my Joker, and now let's head on to Batman. And here is my Batman. So, I will say, the actual sculpt for Batman, it wasn't that difficult. It was really easy, but I'm just going to start out with something that I'm not proud of, and that's the bat symbol. I tried, and I tried, and I tried. I painted that on there multiple times trying to get it right, and I can't get it better than that. I can't. And that's because of the fact that, one, he's wearing an all-black torso, so I would have to go over it multiple times. And two, this is not smooth. For all of you people that actually think it is, it's not perfectly smooth. I don't like how that came out. The bat symbol. That's it, though. The rest of this figure is beautiful. I love the rest of this figure. So, I painted the shin guards just like I do to pretty much every armored figure that I've ever made. This is actually not a Lego Batman movie belt. I know, it's kind of strange. You would think that when I'm making Batman, I would use a Batman movie belt, but I didn't. I sculpted that all from scratch. Then, of course, the entire torso, that's all my design. The arms, all sculpted, painted black. And then the spikes on his wrists, or the gauntlets, those are wire that I shaped. For all you people that are very, very, very nitpicky, yeah, there's only 2 of them, okay? And that's because I was putting Batman away, and one of the chunks of wire fell out of one arm. And I was like, well, I can't stick that back in there. That's dried green stuff. I can't do that. So I just pulled the other one out of the other arm, just so that it's symmetrical. To get to something that I've only done on one other figure that'll be in the next showcase video, not this one. But this head is entirely one piece now. What do I mean by that? Well, I sanded down this Batman cowl for it had to be at least an hour of sanding just to get this thing the way I wanted it to look. Like, if I turn this around, you can tell that's not the natural Batman cowl sort of shape. Like, it doesn't slope down this way, then go that way. That's not usually how Batman cowl goes. Or at least not this drastically. And that's because I sanded this thing down so much. And then I put it on the head and I sculpted around it. Just to kind of blend that all together, because I wanted a bit more of a drastic decrease. What's the opposite of incline? It's not decline, that sounds stupid. I sculpted the eyebrows a bit more, just to make them a bit more noticeable, and I have these lines going to the back. But, just as a bit of proof, if I, see, it's stuck in there. Like, I'm not taking this thing out. It's impossible now. So like all of that is all sculpted. Like I can't take that out. Even if I wanted to, I can't. I sanded it down to the point of where it came around here. The chin hung lower. I also sanded the chin. I should probably say that. I sanded the chin too, just because it would look very, very weird to have a very big chin strap and then a very, very small cowl. It didn't make sense, so I fixed it. Like I said, these figures, they aren't really complicated. Most of them are just a paint job, but this one had a lot of sculpting to it, and if I do fix the bat symbol on this one, or I think of something new, or I fix up a figure, I'm going to re-showcase it just because, ew, look at that thing. That thing's disgusting. I hate that bat symbol. I'm determined to find a way to put a proper bat symbol on this thing, because it is a good torso and it deserves a good bat symbol, but I can't paint it right. I swear I'm gonna try to get this right, but in the meantime, we've got that as a substitute, unfortunately, and that is the showcase video. I hope you all enjoyed, because I had a great time making these figures. And I will say, one thing that I needed to accomplish when I was making these figures was to make sure that they looked good together, or that they belonged. You don't want a Joker that doesn't feel like it would naturally be with its own Batman. For example, when you look at the Heath Ledger Joker and the Christian Bale Batman, you think, oh wow, that actually works. But if you put Heath Ledger next to Adam West's Batman, it wouldn't work. And that was something that I wanted to accomplish here, is that I wanted them to look like they actually were the Batman and the Joker that were together in one universe. I didn't want to make it think... I didn't want it to feel like these two characters didn't belong against each other, if that makes sense. And looking at them right now, they look pretty good together. I don't know, I might change up Batman a little bit, just because I don't like the bat symbol. I might like dry brush some gray in there, make it a bit more of a charcoal color. I don't know. But what I do know is these two figures didn't actually take a lot of time. These two figures were fairly simple and they look really good together. And after so much time trying to find the perfect Batman-Joker combo that I created myself, or that I could create myself, and I finally found it. I found what looks the best. So, I am really happy with this result. Let me know if you guys are too. Or should I make any changes to these figures? What kind of changes should I make? And also remember, if you recommend figures, then who knows? I might actually make the figure. And if I do, that comment is getting featured in a video. So, yeah. I will say, I am very, 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 very surprised that nobody ever said Ahsoka versus Maul. Because, I mean, the Clone Wars just ended before I posted that video. So I will say, I am a little surprised that nobody actually put down a suggestion. But hey, my comment section's always open. So if you have a suggestion, then always just put it in the comments below. And I promise, like, I actually read, I read the comments. I actually read the comments. So, if you want a good way to see my take on their amazingness, on the characters that you choose to mash up together, then leave it in the comments below, and I would love to see what you guys want me to make. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.